Hello everyone, I'm Ava, the narrator of the Storyteller of the Night channel. Thank you for staying with me until the end of this video. Aaron and I were neighbors and we lived in the units opposite each other. Several times when I came to the apartment, I saw Aaron from the window of our room and I was so shocked. Aaron was really attractive and handsome, one of those boy models that all girls desire. Aaron had a bad look and his body was full of tattoos. He was wearing an earring in one of my ears, and he had a sad face. I was a heart-wrenching Aryan. Aryan's family came to buy it. I couldn't stop being happy. It was as if God had placed a handsome boyfriend in my lap. I wanted to fuck him anyway. If he answered, I could have killed my friend with that boyfriend. I had a lot of hope for this because I was very attractive in terms of appearance, and I had them in my hand, and now Aaron was very close to me, and he was supposed to meet me and my heart every day. And he would fall in love with me 100% like this, but unfortunately, my plans are as follows. I predicted it didn't work out and Aaron was the type of guy who was very hard to penetrate, so much so that he even answered my greetings by force. When I looked at his popular page on Insta and saw the fun and girls around, I gave him the right. She jumps very high and naturally, I am a practical girl wearing a bikini. I had a very simple look and I was from a traditional family. It didn't matter to me. That's why I didn't want to shrink myself even more and I became careless. Even though I was accepted to a national university in the city, I preferred to stay with my parents and settle for the free university of my own city. I was the only child in the family, and my father and my mother loves me very much. They always gave me freedom. I felt at ease with them, and they fulfilled all my wishes, so there was no reason for me to want to be away from them, except for the entrance exam year, when I had to. I had not been single for several years, and that year was really stressful. That's why I became friends with the most studious student of our university very soon in the first semester. Ramin was a very nice guy and he had an attractive face. My financial status was excellent. He was the type of boy who was very responsible and one could rely on him. He was the only child of his parents and he wanted to make them proud. At the end of our first year of university, Ramin came with his family to propose and we got married in the summer of the same year. Contrary to my old habit, I had never gotten into a fight with Aaron, who had not met me. I was trying to come to my mom's house quickly and show Aaron that I didn't care about me that much, but the interesting thing is that after my marriage, I felt that Aaron's attention was drawn to me. He used to greet me and I noticed many times that he was staring at me when I was not paying attention. Even a few times when I was at my mother's house, he came to our door on the pretext of getting something, although he had never done this before, but I didn't think about him at all anymore. My life with Ramin was great and we had a lot of fun. When we finished our studies, 3 years had passed since our marriage. I had graduated from the field of painting, and I turned my Instagram page into my work page, and I was getting commissions for painting, of course. I didn't need the money at all, but I liked my work. Ramin had obtained his engineering degree and started working in the company of one of his father's friends, and as he said, he was gaining experience and wanted to improve a lot. It was natural that after 3 years of our life, the two of us did not have that initial passion, but when Ramin started working, he didn't even visit my parents' house and my own family anymore. His goal from all that work was to establish his own company. He wanted to prove himself to his parents first and then build an aristocratic life for us. He preferred his work time to everything else. First of all, I was grateful for the fact that he is thinking about me so much and he is working hard, and I did not protest. It's not as if I have a husband. I was alone everywhere, and I used to go to parties alone. When others started asking about Ramin, they thought that the relationship between me and Ramin had soured. I objected to Ramin. Maybe he would pay more attention to our life, but to my surprise, he didn't pay any attention to my words. This behavior was very unlikely from him. He had turned his back to me, who was talking to him. It was different. I wanted to fool myself and say that it will be all right in the end and that it is better to be patient, but in my heart I said that this person is getting more and more bad-tempered day by day and there is no hope for him anymore, Ramin. It's just his behavior that he had other bad behavior. He didn't eat dinner with me, he didn't watch TV, and when he was at home, he spent all his time in his room and working. But the biggest bad trait he got was not getting to himself and not observing his personal hygiene, which would drive me crazy. I hated his behavior, and he was so open to me that when I protested to him about this, he raised his voice and told me that you're ignoring my unworthiness and hardships, and I deserve a husband without zeal who forcefully brings home a morsel of bread. And after that, he would make me greedy. I always thought that I would marry a prince on a white horse, a husband who makes me feel honored and proud when I walk next to him, but I was blessed with a wife who didn't even bother to take a shower, so I decided to go home for a while. My mom thinks that maybe she will appreciate me a little when I'm away from her, but it didn't help, and Ramin didn't hear from me for 2 or 3 weeks. At that time, when I was at my father's house, my attention was drawn to Aaron again, and we were talking. We had also exchanged messages. In the 3rd week, Ramin was angry that he didn't come after me. That night, I was so full of heart, and I wanted to share my heart with someone. Suddenly, my hand went to Aaron's name in my phone, and I sent him a message. I was in a very good mood, and the next day I was going through those messages until the night. I had returned to Aaron, and my heart was full for him. The second time we talked, our messages were not normal, and we chatted dirty. I was in a relationship because of his body odor. I just wanted to finish his work as soon as possible and get out from under his control. But now with a few chats and messages, I started to feel sorry for him. I used to fall in love with Ramin's stupidity. I gave myself rights and I calmed down. It wasn't long before Aaron and I dated each other far away from our place of residence, and we started a relationship. I went to my husband's house of my own free will and slept with Aaron. After that, I felt alive for a long time. Aaron was really amazing, and he was skilled in this work, especially during our relationship, the love and feeling he gave me when he saw me. He was talking with the force that Ramin's parents had forced him to follow me and take me home, but I no longer had any desire or interest in Ramin, and he had become like a stranger to me, and Aaron's love for him was growing day by day in my heart. And I missed him all the time. Me and Aaron continued our secret relationship. Since then, I couldn't have any relationship with Ramin anymore, and in the end, his patience ran out, and after a few months, we broke up. I get my freedom from Ramin, and I can easily be friends with Aaron and announce our relationship to everyone, but before Aaron found out that I officially separated from my husband, he cut off his relationship with me for no reason and very quickly. As if no, it's like something happened between us and she became the same Iranian who was before my marriage, and she became the same Iranian who was before my marriage. Some time later, she got unmarried blood and separated from her parents, and I never saw her again. I don't regret my divorce with Ramin because he still couldn't achieve his goal and is struggling in the life he made for himself, but Aaron's behavior had a very bad effect on me and crushed my self-esteem. I couldn't understand why I had a husband and he wanted me, but this I came to the conclusion that Aaron was the type of person who liked relationships with married women. How dirty people are like this, except for me. My relationship with my wife was hot. But there are people who have a good life, and such people ruin their relationships, of course they know. I was not a little guilty, and I should not have cheated on him when Ramin was still in my birth name, because when a person gets married, he must consider that all aspects of his life will be shared with his partner. And he must always keep this in mind in order for a relationship to be stable. Thank you for supporting us by liking and leaving comments.